couple of sites. Mike, we're going to be starting off by looking at the Renter's Warehouse website. And as soon as you can see my screen, you can go ahead and kick it off.
No problem. I just want to start with just a quick story, because what's going to end up feeling like, I think, at the end of this session is it may feel a little robotic because you're going to get about 1 million tips. We're going to go through all these different websites, and they should do this, they should do that. And it reminds me of when I was learning to play golf. They gave me 1 million instructions about keeping my elbow in, my head down, and relax and everything. And I couldn't hit the golf ball worth a darn as a result. Until somebody just said, look, why don't you just keep your head down and swing your arms like a pendulum? And that worked for me. It was really simple. I didn't have 50 things to do. And so I'm going to encourage you, in order to keep this whole thing from not feeling like it's somewhat robotic, like you've got the list of 100 things you need to do to make your landing page or website doing well, to use this simple idea. Pretend that you are talking to your desired customer face-to-face. And if you do that, it will help you make sense of what button colors should be and how you should write copy and what headlines should be and all those sorts of things. They all matter, but in the end, you're still talking to a human being. That human being is your desired customer, and you're trying to build trust and you're trying to communicate something with them. And you'll see as I give comments on these sites how that relates. So let's just jump in here. This is a Renter's Warehouse national site. I'm just going to quickly go through. The first thing I want to comment, I don't think you can avoid it, is the colors. That is really a bright pink. There's no such thing as a good or a bad color. There's just colors that are effective and aren't effective. And this is a bold choice. All I can say is you won't see these colors on Amazon or eBay or Google. And, you know, it's, again, back to my personal analogy. If somebody walked in and they were wearing a pink suit, if you were at a sales appointment with your ideal customer and you're wearing a pink suit, would that be what your customer would be expecting? I mean, I'll just leave that to you. It's a bold choice. The hero image, that's what we call the guy, right? I think he's supposed to be a relaxed investor. I'm not a big fan of hero images that don't really show the end result. This is supposed to be him relaxing because they're taking care of it, but it also looks like he might be flexing his biceps. So I'm not sure I'm a huge fan. Another just side comment is hero images that are female tend to pull better. Men like to look at women, and women actually, as it turns out, like to look at women better. Sorry to disappoint you guys. The other issue that's here is what I call the squirrel problem. I've got a dog. We walk every day, and when my dog sees a squirrel, my dog goes nuts. And if she sees another squirrel, she goes nuts again. And a web page has to be laid out in a way that you pretty much have one single idea, or otherwise you're telling the consumer to chase squirrels all over the page. So my question would be is, what does Renter's Warehouse want me to do on this page? Do they want me to enter my zip code? Do they want me to do a free price analysis, or do they want me to do a rent versus sell calculator? I can't tell. The buttons are all the same color. They're all about the same size. And usually that's where I would take my visual cues. So the offer is good. I like the offer. What will your home rent for? I think that's of interest to the target market. So I think that's a good place to start from. There is putting the zip code up the top. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that. They are trying to personalize it, which is a good thing, but they probably want to do that after somebody expresses some interest. So if I was going to give them some advice, I'd say, why don't you stick to one thing here, like a free rental analysis, and then once you click on that button, let somebody personalize it so they understand why. Because otherwise, I'm not really sure why we want to choose a Renter's Warehouse office. There's no benefit in there for me. The other thing I would say, this is a test that we use internally at Geek. We call it the one-eye test, or I call it the one-eyed pirate test. Like if you had a blindfold over one eye like a pirate. If you you move back maybe 3 feet from your screen to 5 feet and you cover one eye, the question is, where does your eye take you? That's visually what you're telling the consumer is the most important thing. And if you do this on this page, you really can't tell. And so you want something to visually stand out, because that's how consumers use that. They use that as shorthand to figure out what they should do next. Let's see here. Renter's Warehouse has a lot of reviews. They've got a lot of things actually they could use to provide proof. And so there's a missed opportunity here. they could make me feel more comfortable by providing some of those reviews. And if you go ahead and scroll down the page, that's fine, that's good. It's a little bit confusing for me their proof is at the bottom, so that's fine. It just needs to be pulled up. Let's see here, what other comments do I have? I think scroll up just a little bit, Jordan, to the video thing. Everybody loves to put videos on pages. Oh, that one didn't show up for some reason. It's too bad. That's supposed to be a video right there. The challenge is I don't know. It doesn't tell me. It says how we work for you, but if you watch the video, it's a little different. And so I think they'd be better off actually telling me why I should watch the video. Video is not magic. It needs to add value to the page. And actually, it can suppress conversions if it doesn't really add to the overall process. Those are just some quick. Go ahead,
Mike. We're gonna have to keep moving here. Let's keep moving to the next one.
Yep, I'm done. Actually.
All right. So next one was force